YouTube, what is up? It's your boy Duke, back here from sportsgamers.com, and in today's Madden 23 video, I'm going to break down how I built by far the best defense in the game with EA's latest gameplay AP update they just dropped. So I'm going to show you guys the defensive scheme I'm running, the players you're going to want to use, the must-haves you need on your team, and also the best abilities to use. So just basically today, EA dropped a huge update, and it took the total AP you could use on each side of the ball. So both offense and defense, now you can only use 6 AP, whereas before it was 12 AP you could use. So this has everybody scrambling. So many people have been trying to figure out new players, new lineups, new schemes to use. Well, I spent hours upon hours and hours, and I know I have the best defense in the game. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm doing straight up. So I am still going, as you guys can see, I'm still going to run the 4-6 playbook on defense, and I'm going to basically have to now limit myself to dollar. With only 6 AP, it's pretty much impossible to build defenses to run multiple formations. You really need to pick one. And after looking at everything with the different players and abilities you could get, dollar is going to be your best bet out of the 4-6 playbook. Now guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button, comment, subscribe if you're new. And if I get enough support on this video, I will drop the best offense you can use in the game now with this new AP update as well for you guys. So support, and I'll drop that. So the first thing we're going to go over is the lineup I'm using on defense and also the most needed players, the must-haves you need on defense. Once we do that, I will break down the actual defensive setups and how to set this defense up with your coaching adjustments, your setups, your adjustments, and everything in practice mode. Then finally, I will go over my abilities and the AP I'm spending on each player to make this defense really have its full potential. With the dollar, there's a few must-have defensive items, and I would say that the 4 biggest must-have items are going to be the Chad Johnson free safety that just came out, Deion Sanders, Kendall Fuller cornerback, and then the Kevin Byard free safety. So the reason why all these cards are must-haves is with the with Deion Sanders, Kendall Fuller, and then Byard, the safety, they each get 2 0 AP abilities. So they're going to be must-haves. I won't lie, the prices on these guys have gone up because of that, but they're still worth getting. And then the last one that's a must-have is this new free safety, Chad Johnson, that just dropped. It is a limited card, so I'd make sure to grab it today while it's still in packs so you don't have to end up spending too much coins on it. But basically the reason why this one's a must-have is it has basically an extremely effective X factor that's going to be on the whole game. Pre-lit. So those are the 4 must-have cards in my opinion, and this is kind of how I'm going to set this defense up as far as positions go. So my 2 edge rushers are going to be Maniac and Furious George. They're going to be my 2 main edge rushers, and then my D tackle is going to be John Madden, right? So my slot corners are going to be Night Train and Antonio Cromartie. My 2 outside corners are going to be Kendall Fuller and Deion Sanders. My 2 safeties are actually going to be Chad Johnson and then Jack Rabbit. I'll explain why in a second. And then as you guys see as specialists, my sub linebackers are going to be Kevin Byard and Isaiah Polomoa. So again, you guys can see I have my slot corner set up. I got my my rush ins, my edge rushers, and my D tackle, as well as my sub linebackers. So a lot of these guys you see in this depth chart are just filler. So now I want to give you guys a basic idea of what this defense is going to look like on the field using my lineup and abilities. So again, we're going to be in the $3-2, DB Fire 2, and we're running 4-6 playbook, and our coaching adjustment is going to have auto flip off, auto alignment on base, and then for my zone drops, I'm actually going to start off with 25 on my flats for my default settings and 5 for curl flats. Hooks I'll keep on default. That's going to be what we're going with. So I want to kind of explain to you guys why I'm using the abilities I'm using and kind of let you guys see how it would look on the field. So we're going to come out here and we're always going to press our coverage, and we're going to use either one of the sub linebackers depending upon formation and what the types of players they're running. These are my 2 favorite sub linebackers because again, Byard, he gets acrobat for 0 AP, so he's nice to use her, but even just leaving him in coverage is going to be effective as well. Again, with my outside corners, Fuller and Deion, they both do have the deep out zone knockout as well as the acrobat and pick artist. And then my safeties are just glitches. Johnson, he technically has an X factor, but it's not like it's counted as an ability even though it's really an X factor. But basically all game long, he's going to have all the knockouts and then improve coverage with pick artist for 2 AP. Looking to become a better Madden player and win more games? Check out sportsgamers.com. I built sportsgamers.com from the ground up to give you the best Madden tips, best Madden ebooks, all at the best price, bar none. We have a VIP membership that gives you access to the entire site, every ebook and every tip we release all year long for only $24.99. Click the link in the description. I've also pinned it in the comments, and use coupon code DUKE for 10% off your order. Jackrabbit for half of the game, a little bit more than half the game. He's going to get every knockout with improved coverage. Plus, I put the deep route knockout on him for a total of 2 AP on him. So we got 2 AP, 2 AP, 1 AP, 1 AP. Everyone else is 0 AP, right? So with this defense, basically I'm always going to keep my outside corners in either a backed up flat or a deep zone. So one thing I could commonly do is deep zone Sanders or keep him in a flat on these two outside corners. But then I'm going to man up basically these two safeties on, potentially the slots or outside receivers depending upon formation. And then I'm going to take the guy, sub linebacker I'm not using, and man him up as well. So against tight, this is how it would look. And then my job as the user would be to watch the left receiver myself. Now, obviously, I could potentially, throw a flat zone out there, whatever I need to do. But you guys will notice that with this setup, I'm going to get really, really quick pressure. So there's really not going to be anything I have to worry about. And as you guys can see, that Chad Johnson, he's an absolute glitch. You saw his ability lit up because of the improved coverage he's going to get. He's going to get those breaks on the route. He was actually able to pick that off there because of his improved coverage. But even if, the guy somehow was able to, get positioned to catch the ball, he would have got the knockout as well. And once again, guys, you can see that I am just screaming right here off the edge with the two people coming, so they don't have time to make a quick read. Just to show you guys how this would look if they were in a different formation such as bunch, I would just do something very similar to where, again, I'm going to press my coverage, man up the inside receiver as well as the tight end, and then I'm going to man up this guy right here. So this is how it would look by default, and with this setup, I'm mostly waiting for the outside bunch receiver over the middle. That's all I'm really worried about. I can throw a deep zone out there, but again, I'm always keeping my outside DBs, as you guys can see here, in either deep zones or flat zones that potentially are zone drops. I'm always manning up these safeties, and then I'm always manning up the sub linebacker I don't use her. Because of the ability setup I have, then I can keep the rest of these guys, 0 AP everywhere and be fine. I can get good coverage, good pressure, and I do have the ability to drop these slot corners into coverage as well if I wanted to. For instance, I could man up Cromartie on Moore if I wanted to right here. If I didn't want to worry about him over the middle, I could do that. Or I could just watch for him myself over. So now let's get into the most important part of this video, how I'm setting up my AP with this defense. So I already kind of showed you guys the defense I'm running, which is the $DB Fire. But I want to break down the AP I'm spending on it and why. So again, remember my outside corners are going to be Deion Sanders and Kendall Fuller. Each of them have the same abilities. I'm giving them Pick Artist, Deep Out Zone KO, and then Acrobat for 1 AP total. Essentially, these guys are going to be the outside corners. They're always pretty much going to be in zone in my scheme. A lot of times they will be, these guys are going to be either deep zones or flats that are going to drop back pretty far. So I need to make sure that they have the deep out zone knockout ability on them. I really like Acrobat because if I do have them in an actual 5-10 yard flat zone, Acrobat gets a ton of dive pick animations. So I think it doesn't really make having flat zone KO necessary because of the dive pick animations you'll get in those flat zones. Now, I did also put universal coverage on both of them, so if they do end up getting an interception, they will get the knockouts and improved coverage in every assignment they're in. Those are my two outside corners. My two safeties are going to be Chad Johnson and then Jackrabbit. So with Chad Johnson, he has that crazy pre-lit X Factor universal coverage. This is pre-lit on the whole game, gives you improved coverage and every knockout for man in their zone for 2 AP. I just threw Pick Artist on him for free because why not? But for 2 AP, I know that's a third of your AP, but if you run the setup I'm showing you guys, it doesn't matter. That is so important because of the way we're going to play defense out of this. We could keep him in a deep zone or man him up, and he's going to just play amazing, right? So that's going to be our free safety. Our strong safety is going to be Jackrabbit. Why? Well, he also can have universal coverage Jackrabbit for 1 AP. Now, this one is also pre-lit. It's not going to be on the whole game, though. It's going to be on a little bit more than half. So when this one is on, you do get the improved coverage and the knockouts in every assignment he's going to be in. But for when his universal coverage is not lit up, I still have deep route knockout on him. So I still can man him up in those situations, and at least he'll knock out the deep passes, which is kind of the most important thing on this year's game. So other than that, like you guys see my slot corners, Cromartie and Night Train Lane, I just have pick artists on them for 0 AP, standard. You don't have to use those two exact guys. I just like them because I use the Legends theme team. Also, Night Train Lane is really good in run support too, so that helps. I like both of those players a lot. John Madden, I'm just giving him inside stuff for 0 AP. He's my D tackle. For Furious George and Maniac, they just have no outsiders in double or nothing. You could have no outsiders on each if you want for 0 AP. I also do have Rob Martin as a 0 AP pick artist. I could sub in the game at the end, edge rusher, if I want to get more, D-line picks. Other than that, like I said, my users is Byard. Byard is a must. He's going to be a sub linebacker, and he gets acrobat and pick artist for 0 AP. So if you want, you can user him with acrobat, or just regardless, you could leave him in like a hook zone over the middle, put him in a flat, man him up. Acrobat is a really good ability for 0 AP on a sub linebacker. Can't go wrong with that. And then finally, my other sub linebacker is none other than Isaiah Palomao. I really like him. Again, pick art is 0 AP, but he's also tall and really fast. He is effective in run support and in coverage as well. He's just a great user, a great player. I think he's top 2 user in the game, honestly, at this point with this new AP update. This is the best defense you can use. Anyways, I hope this helped you guys out. Let me know in the comments what you guys are doing defensively, what you've had success with since this update. But this is what I'd recommend doing. And like I said, if you want to see my offensive setup, smash that like button, comment on the video. Till next time, it's your boy Duke, and I'm out of here.